You guys ready for like the worst set of these? Well, actually, credit cards are probably worse, but so this is 8.7, the cost of home ownership. So first things first. Yep, there we go. When you go to buy a home, you have a mortgage. Your mortgage is a long-term installment loan for the purpose of buying a home and for which the property is pledged as security for the payment. When you go to have a mortgage or get a mortgage, typically you have to have a down payment. A down payment is the portion of the sales price of the home that the buyer initially pays to the seller. That amount varies. Your amount of the mortgage is the difference between the sales price and the down payment. So then you've got fixed rate mortgages and variable rate mortgages. Your fixed rate have the same monthly principal and interest payment during the entire time of the loan. And variable rate, which that's just another word for adjustable, they have payment amounts that change from time to time depending on changes in interest rates. So people will tell you different things. Fixed rates are kind of nice just because they don't change. Variable rates can start low and go to high eventually. It's variable. It's adjusting constantly. Points is a one-time charge that equals 1% of the loan amount. I had to look that one up because I've never heard of points. Points are paid to the lender in exchange for a lower interest rate. So I'm not sure if everybody does points or not. I talked to my husband about, when he bought our home, and he didn't have anything about points. So yeah, that's something I'm not real sure about. Your truth in lending disclosure statement is a document that shows the buyer the annual percentage rate for the mortgage. And your escrow account is an account used by the lender to pay real estate taxes and insurance. Because in case you were wondering, real estate taxes suck, and insurance, while very useful, sucks. So, moving right along, your loan payment formula for a fixed installment loan is payment equals principal times rate divided by the number of times it's compounded. You're talking about a loan. You pay loans monthly, so RN is always going to be 12 in this case, and you may want to make a note of that N equals 12. And then you divide that by 1 minus, parentheses, 1 plus your rate divided by N to the negative N times T. Don't ever drop that negative. So moving right along, number 1, the price of a home is $195,000. The bank requires a 10% down payment and 2 points at the time of closing. The cost of the home is financed with a 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 7.5%. So you're going to find the required down payment. It tells you right here that the down payment is 10%. So you take 10% of that $195,000. So 10% is 0.1. You multiply it. So your down payment is almost $20,000. It is $19,500. Your amount of mortgage is price minus the down payment. So $195,000 minus $19,500, and you get your amount of your mortgage as $175,500. And if you want to write that down, you can do it. Price minus down payment. C, how much must be paid for the 2 points at closing? So 2 points, well, up here, points. 1%, if you've got 2 points, 2 times 1 is, 2. So you're taking 2% of your mortgage amount. So 2% is 0.02. Multiply, you get $3,510 that you pay at the time of closing. So we're going to find our monthly payment, excluding escrow taxes and insurance. What are you looking for, Logan? Find something to do. It's up to you. You can go find your mazes and do a maze. Sorry about that. Anywho, got really sidetracked there. Principal amount, N is 12. Your rate, it tells you, is 7.5%. And it tells you you're doing a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. So we're going to take all that information and we're going to plug it in. This is another one of those that I'm really hoping you all have a calculator at home and you can do the parentheses and you're not going to try to do this on your cell phone. But once you run all your numbers, you get a monthly payment of $1,227.12. So using that same example, E is find the total interest paid over the 30 years. So to find the total interest, you're going to find out how much you've actually paid over 30 years. So you're going to take that $1,227.12 times 12 months times 30 years. And that means you have paid a total of $441,763.02. That is how much total. This one's interest. So you're going to do total amount minus the actual price, and that's going to give you how much you paid in interest. So if you want to write it out, total minus actual price, and that gives you the interest. So you've paid $266,263.20 in interest alone. You've paid more in interest than you have towards your actual house. That's why I'm saying these suck. So, F, find the monthly payment if the mortgage is reduced to 15 years. So this is a 30-year loan versus a 15-year loan. The 15 years, we're going to still run the same price, same interest rate, but a different T. So your T is adjusted to 15. Plug all of that in, and you get a monthly payment of $1,626.91. So if you look at that, that means our monthly payment is increased by about $400. Sorry, I was moving my paper so that I could check that. Find your total interest paid over 15 years instead of, 30 years. So we're going to do, our monthly payment times 12 months times 15 years, and you get total paid is $292,843.80. That's your total paid. We want interest. So amount paid, subtract your price, and you get an interest payment of $117,343.80 in interest alone. So comparing these two, which would you rather pay in interest? Probably this one. This one's not more than your actual mortgage. So how much interest is saved by reducing the mortgage from 30 years to 15 years? And you save, obviously you subtract them, you can see that. But you save about $148,919.40. So just so you know, this is actually like honest to God, real life stuff. My husband and I are talking about building a house, and I went through and I priced it. All right, if I can keep it at this price, and this price, how far, I did if we could build for $120,000, $150,000, $180,000. And then from there, I ran this formula, the ones that we're using right now. And I said, all right, can I afford it at a 15-year loan? Can I afford it at a 20-year loan? Can I afford it at a 30-year loan? And these are the things that eventually you're going to want to look at is, can I do this on what type of loan? Because let me tell you, 30-year loans are miserable. You pay so much more than you actually need to. So that's why we're looking at a 15-year loan. So you know that the cheaper house is definitely going to win out, in case you were wondering. So moving right along, you've got I can't say this word, and I'm sorry for that. Amortized. It's something. I don't really know. But it's when a loan is paid off through a series of regular payments. So although each payment is the same, with each successive payment, the interest portion decreases and the portion applied towards paying off the principal increases. So we're going to kind of talk about that for a second. So as you're paying these loans off, typically what they do is they calculate your interest right off the bat. And when you start paying, you're paying interest. You're paying more towards your interest than you are towards your principal, because your principal is what's actually being taxed. And not taxed, I used the wrong word. That's where your interest is accruing, is off of that principal amount. So they're not going to pay down the principal, they pay down the interest. It's very screwy. But your schedule here is a document showing how the payment each month is split between the interest and the principal. So we're going to run one of these. I think it's just one of these. Yeah, it's just one of these. We can run one. So prepare a loan amortization, God, I hope I'm saying that right, schedule for the first 2 months of the mortgage loan shown in the following table. Round earnings to the nearest cent. So it tells you your interest rate is 7%. Your amount of the mortgage is $200,000. You're doing 240 monthly payments. And if you think about that, you've got 12 months in a year, so that's 20 years. And it tells you that right here. and your monthly payments are $1,550. So what we're going to do is we're going to calculate for payment number 1, how much are we paying in interest? How much are we paying on the principal, and what's the balance of the loan going to be? So for step number 1, because you take all this information and then you come down here, we're skipping the table for right now. You calculate your interest for the month. Your interest formula, if you can remember, is that I equals PRT. This is just simple interest. So your principal amount, which is that $200,000, times your rate, which is 7%, times your time. T stands for time in years. We're not talking about a full year, we're talking about 1 month, which is why it's 1/12. And you run your numbers and you get $1,166.67. That goes here. So for your very first month, you're paying that much towards interest alone. So to find the principal, or how much you're paying towards the principal amount, you take your monthly payment and you subtract your interest payment. Our monthly payment tells us is $1,550. Subtract that $1,166.67, and you get a payment amount of $383.33. That goes in your second column. Then you find the balance of the loan. So you take your principal balance minus your principal payment. So $200,000 minus $383.33. And that means you still owe $199,616.67. That is all for payment. Ooh, that was really close, sorry. For payment number 1. For payment number 2, you follow the same steps, only our numbers have changed. So our interest for the month, I equals PRT. Did you notice our principal amount changed? Up here it was $200,000. Here it's our new balance. So we've taken this guy right here, and we said, all right, that is my principal times my interest rate that has not changed times 1/12 because I'm only dealing with 1 month. And that gives me $1,164.43. That is interest. So to find my principal amount, I'm going to take the amount I pay monthly, subtract my interest payment, and that leaves me with an actual principal payment of $385.57. And then to find the balance of my loan, I take that $199,616.67 and subtract that $385.57 that I'm paying towards the principal, and I have a new balance of $199,231.10. So as you keep going down through, if we were to do like all the way to 50, it would start, these two numbers are going to start getting closer, and then eventually this side's going to be really low and this side's going to be really high. So it's just kind of a balancing game on these. All right, and then determining what you can afford. So this is out of your textbook. It says, here's the bottom line from most financial advisors. Spend no more than 28% of your gross monthly income for your mortgage payment. Spend no more than 36% of your gross monthly income for your total monthly debt, including mortgage payments, car payments, credit card bills, student loans, and medical debt. So suppose that your gross annual income is $240,000. Round all computations to the nearest dollar. What is the maximum amount you should spend each month on a mortgage payment? So you take your $240,000 and you multiply it by 28%, because up here it tells you gross monthly income. So you multiply that and you get $67,200 per year that you can spend on your mortgage. It does not want per year, it wants per month. So we're going to divide that by 12, and you get $5,600 per month on your mortgage payment, which the numbers in this book are not very realistic, by the way, but we're going to pretend they are. So B, what is the maximum amount you should spend each month for total credit obligations? So total credit, it tells you, is 36%. So again, we're going to take our $240,000, multiply that by 36%, and we get $86,400 per year towards all credit. Well, again, each month. So we're going to divide that by 12, and we get each month we should only have $7,200 being taken out for house payment, car payment, credit card bills, the things that it lists up here. C, if your monthly mortgage payment is 90% of the maximum amount you can afford, what is the maximum amount you should spend each month for all other debt? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our mortgage amount from up here and we're going to drag it down here. It tells us our monthly mortgage is 90% of that. So we're going to multiply that 5,600 by 90%, or 0.9, and we get that our monthly mortgage payment is $5,040. So if we take that out of our all debt is 7,200. Take 7,200 minus 5,040, and you get $2,160 for all other debt. That's all you should be spending. So the mortgage takes up the majority of your all other debt. If you have any questions, let me know. You're on page 555, numbers 2 through 10 even.